All right, and we back, baby, on another episode of the Front Page Podcast, man. Y'all know who it is, man. Mr. One Gotta Go Show, baby.
Yeah, Mr. I done froze up. What?
Hold on, we run it back. We started
Run
on
it back. Yeah, I tripped out.
There we go. And we back, man, with another hot episode, man. Y'all know who it is, Mr. One Gotta Go Show. Find me on all platforms, man.
Then it's man.
You nervous, man? What's going on?
He said, man.
Not at all.
He said, man.
All right, here we go. I'm ready, man. I don't know what's happening.
Be good,
I'm good for real. I don't know what's happening. I'm good.
You tripping because I flipped it on and we was doing the whole 2/3
yeah,
That's what your ass thinking about.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
we're not
right.
gonna.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
we're gonna. Yeah.
All right, this time
I got something for you.
I messed it
believe
up.
know
I
you
messed it
do.
up myself.
All
All
right,
right,
you
Josh, here
ready?
we go. Yeah, I'm ready for it. Let's go.
And we back, baby, on another episode, man. You know who it is, Mr. One Gotta Go Show. Find me on all platforms.
And this Mr. J File.
And this is the Front Page Podcast, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, Watt, man, I'm excited, bro. You know, every time we get to talk about boxing,
Man.
somebody got to pull Terence Crawford out there.
Always,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And guess who we got here today?
Man.
The last time he was here, he jumped in. He said he was the third. You feel me? So we gave him a 10% of the company just so he can get him to come back. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because ain't nothing better than recapping this fight that me, you, and the extra third, Sean Porter,
Right.
told everybody
Everybody.
about, man.
Yeah.
So welcome to the Front Page. He's back. We ain't cleaning nothing up. We telling y'all we told you so.
Told you.
Mr. Showtime, Sean
Porter.
Porter
Let's
on
go.
the Front Page,
Hey,
baby.
AKA
And
the
he's back.
party crasher. All right,
The
y'all.
party
crasher.
I watched the
AKA.
show. I said, yo, it was a party up in there.
Right,
and I
hey,
just
man.
crashed that dang
Hey,
thing.
it's all
So we're going to do it
good,
again.
Yeah,
It's all good, man.
Let's
Hey,
do it again.
it's all
It's
good.
all
Wap,
love,
you
yeah.
good?
I'm good.
Sean, you good?
Always.
Let's get into the lecture at hand, man. Y'all know we had a big old fight, Terence Crawford against Canelo Alvarez, and we gonna recap that thing. So, Wap, I'm gonna go to you first because I know Sean can't wait to give us his take, and
Yeah.
I can't wait to co-sign everything he say. Man. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So, as a boxing fan, Wap, what did you think of the fight, bro?
Man, it was a beautiful execution of boxing, man. That if you talking about the science, that was the science. Man, listen, my hat goes off to Crawford, man, because he kept his cool all 12 rounds. He didn't allow Canelo to shake him up with none of the shit he was trying to throw at him. He shut him down early on, and man, he beautifully. That's it, man. Just hats off, man. Everybody know now.
For sure.
Everybody know now.
Now for the moment you all been waiting for, baby. Coming to the middle of the ring, we got Showtime.
Yeah.
Sean Porter. Hey, man, recap that thing for these people, man, because a lot of people said we was tripping, man.
Oh.
A lot of people in them comments, I'm
comments
talking
was
to
going
you,
crazy.
you,
Yeah,
and
they
you,
was out of
and
pocket
you.
in them comments.
Out of pocket, baby.
You know, on the Porter Way podcast, I acknowledge that I really don't like being I told you so kind of guy. That's just not who I am. You know,
Okay.
I feel like, game recognized game. You heard it, you saw it, then you should know, So I'm going to come with a different perspective.
Come on
right?
with it.
Yeah.
You probably thought that because I said the things that I did and the way I supported Bud is because we're friends. And so you hear that I'm in camp and you may think that I saw some things that let me know what was going to transpire on Saturday night. It was none of that. And it's actually not the fact that I know Bud's, which is what allowed me to project the way that fight was going to go.
For sure.
I know sports.
Yeah.
Clearly, I know boxing.
Right.
100%.
But I know sports. I know athletes. I know psychology.
That's
Sure.
right.
I've studied all of this stuff, and that's when you look at, one thing that was said about my career was I got better each fight, right? And so you could respectfully say that about every single fight that I had in my career. I don't know if you see a regression in my fight with Terence. I mean, obviously, the boxing style was a little different, which gave him problems and stuff like that. But I personally didn't feel like there was a regression in my fight between Errol Spence Jr. 2019 and then Terence Crawford 2021.
I don't see that either.
I didn't either.
And one of the things that people don't understand is I wasn't a film guy. Definitely when it came to me. Yeah. I did not watch myself. I still have not just a number of my fights that I haven't seen. I could probably count on one hand how many fights I intentionally watched. I remember one fight specifically was Kell Brook. I watched that fight with my dad because we had Showtime in the house, and they said, do you guys do the whole film thing? We're like, nah, and they was like, well, do that for us. And so we sat there, and I took a whole bunch of shit coming from my dad while we watching the fight with Kell Brook. I've always hated watching myself. So I've always prided myself on having a photographic memory, being able to call on certain sequences, whether it was my fight or other fights, and just simply remembering how fights took place.
Sure.
And what I did was I just meditated on certain moments, and I knew based on those moments what I needed to correct. And the way I improved that is if every fight I got better without watching film and without specifically saying you did this, you did that. How did I do that? With this photographic memory that I have. On top of that, having a psychological mindset and education as well. So I dive into, when I watch fighters, I watch their eyes. I can see what you're thinking. Yeah. I watch athletes on the football field. I know body language. I know what's going on. So when it came to this fight, I simply looked at who Terence Crawford is and who Canelo Alvarez is. And I said, well, you know what? On their best days, Terence Crawford's a better boxer.
For sure.
And then on their best days, Canelo's going to really have to break Terence Crawford mentally. And because I do know Terence, I know that there's pretty much no chance of that happening.
Yeah.
And you know, what I said on the podcast, when we saw a majority of this fight, probably 80% of this fight, Terence was talking to Canelo. The good, the bad, the indifferent. You know, he took a headbutt at one point, and he looking at Canelo like, we at this level, how we doing this? You know what I mean? Like,
disrespectful.
He communicated all this. This was the psychological warfare that I feel he knew he had to play in order to get the job done. And I just thought, top to bottom, in every way, this was one of the most beautiful performances of boxing that we saw.
Man,
absolutely.
Well, let me get my recap, man, because I'm going to tell you when I knew Bud won that fight.
You got it running in those glasses?
Nah, I'm going to tell you. And I'm going to look at the camera.
Glasses,
you know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell y'all when I knew Bud won that fight.
Thanks, it's fly, though.
When he signed the contract.
Dang.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just knew it was two totally different caliber of boxers. And he has not seen a boxer like that since Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
And he's fought nobody since Floyd up until he fought Terence to remotely imitate challenge or imitate Terence.
Yeah.
Like, he brought Boots in there, which was a great chess move. Boots is
sure.
an up-and-coming 47-pounder. He can box. He can do it all. But he's not Terence.
Yeah.
You feel me? There's nothing he could have did to get ready for Terence other than go, I'm Canelo. This is different. You'll see. Like, that's all he had. You feel me? And, which is great. But I also, what co-signed that I knew he won was when I seen Bud walk out that tunnel holding that guitar.
Man.
I seen them eyes, and he felt like he was in Omaha.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
He didn't look shook.
No.
He didn't look like 70,000 was too much for him. He looked like the lights could have been a little brighter.
He was locked in.
He was locked in. But
Confident.
then when I seen Canelo,
Was that the situation with the guitar? Was that, you know, like
See,
statement to Omaha?
No,
Yeah.
not Omaha. No. It was like, I thought they punked him. It was like, you got to walk out the Mexican music too.
Oh, okay.
That's what I thought they
That's
punked
what-
the homie
that
on
was
some
his
B-side
thing.
stuff.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Because it was like a movie or
Desperado,
something.
I think, yeah.
Desperado
Ah,
and the guitar.
got you,
He
got
was
you.
real comfortable, bro.
Yeah, for
Only
sure.
thing he needed was a sombrero.
For sure.
You feel me? So
Yeah.
he didn't shy away from the moment. He wanted the moment. I seen it when he walked out by himself with the guitar, no squad.
Yeah.
When Canelo came out,
So, he had the whole.
Canelo looked a little nervous, baby. He looked like he wasn't from around
Yeah,
here.
them eyes was telling.
I'm just saying, he just looked different. I wish I could replay it. I might even added it to the video, just how they eyes look on the walkout. Now, Sean, tell me that as a fighter. Don't eyes tell it all when you're walking out if the moment is too big?
It's a part of it. You know, you really never know if the moment's too big for you. I know for me, my experiences, you find out how big the moment is when big punches are landed and certain sequences happen. If you're on the better side of that sequence, it feels good. But if you're on the other side of that sequence, that big punch, I remember thinking to myself, damn, y'all in here for him? Like, you know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
right.
hold on, let me get something. Let me do something. I got to turn this around because I didn't like the way that made me feel. Kind of shook me up a little bit, you know? So, you do have those moments. I didn't see Canelo's eyes tell, like, oh, this is big. I didn't see that when he walked out. I probably was still kind of stuck, like, what happened with Buzz music? Like,
why did he choose that?
And what you doing with the guitar?
I thought they pumped.
You know, his thing.
Right.
You know, he do this after the fights, and so I was thinking like, I think he got this guitar. If he knock out Canelo, he gon' pull that thing up in there, and do a couple strums.
For sure.
But yeah, no. As the fight got going and everything, I was like, yo, it's gonna take 10 minutes for this thing to go. And I started my timer. Sure enough, it was about 10 almost 10 minutes until the first bell actually rang. But I just felt like the energy never shifted. Do you feel like it was a shift in the energy?
So it was moments where it was loud, and even when it was quiet, it wasn't quiet. You know what I mean? You could feel the tension. Everybody watching. It was quiet because everybody who was rooting for Canelo had to tuck their tail a little bit.
Yeah.
So the energy never shifted.
Yeah.
Even though it got quiet, like you still felt the tension in the arena. Yeah.
My fight with Keith Thurman, I didn't hear the boos when I came out to the ring. And to me, that's a really big thing, because a thing for me is I like the room to be completely filled up. I need that arena filled up. And one thing I used to always like to do when I walk out is I like to feel the crowd. I want to see y'all, I want to hear y'all. And I don't remember boos happening in that fight. But the reason why I bring that up is because there was the beautiful thing about that fight. There was never a shift in the energy. The energy stayed here. But there was a shift in where the energy was.
For sure. Okay.
The energy was for Keith at the beginning of the fight, and it shifted. It's a beautiful thing because it stayed here, but it just simply shifted to the other side. Yeah. And I told my dad the poetic part about it is when they announced the winner of the fight, and then you hear the boos. I said, I heard every goddamn boo. At that point, I said, but if I had heard boos coming out to the ring, it probably would have put a chip on my shoulder, and it might have caused me to react and do things that I probably wasn't, naturally ready to do, So to me, the energy is always important in a fight. Sure. When they had a couple of just 2 or 3 lulls in the fight. Just 2 or 3 moments where it wasn't much going on. Remember the first round? It was a lot of, prostrating and, just this thing. And I felt like, I was able to feel the crowd even though I wasn't there, and that the crowd was simply saying, it's the first round. It's a fill-out round, But I do remember there being like 1 or 2 other moments where it was not a lot of action going on, and people don't like that.
Yeah. People don't like that.
I think by the second round, it was clear what was going down.
Yeah.
And I personally feel like he broke Canelo down psychologically. I can't even, because I'm not a boxer like that. I'm not a boxer at all. I just like the sport. So I can't really break down how he broke him down. But when they tussled and Canelo lifted him up, I was like, yeah, that in my opinion, I'm like, I don't know, he was trying to show him like I'm strong too. But when Canelo lifted Terence up, almost like he was gonna dip him over the ropes, I was like, yeah, he in his head already.
Yeah. You felt like Terence was in
Canelo's head. Right? Oh yeah.
Like this moment of, I gotta pick you up and remind you of how big and strong that everybody told you I was.
Right.
So when I saw that happen, I was like, I don't think I tweeted this, but I was like, Bud's gonna look for that same moment to pick him up, and I think Bud ended up doing it twice, right? If I'm not mistaken, he ended up picking him up twice. Yeah.
Bud put pause on it. But look, I got a question though, you folks. Got a question, Showtime. Was you shocked that he stayed southpaw all night, or did you think he was gonna switch? Because I knew he might come out southpaw because Canelo had a few problems, but I thought he would maybe go back and then go back just to throw some chess on it. But the fact that he stayed southpaw from 1 through 12.
When he came out southpaw, I had a feeling that this is the game plan, is to fight majority southpaw. I was curious if he was going to switch at all. The report after the fight is that that wasn't a game plan for them to switch. But every round they went back to the corner, and there were a couple of rounds he said, do you want me to do this? Is it time to do that? And the response was, no, stay with what you're doing, because it's working. Which is, again, it's a slippery slope doing that, because you never know who's sitting ringside scoring this thing.
For sure.
Right.
And but I thought the scores made sense.
Yeah, I thought he won a little bit more rounds than that. Yeah. I mean, I did. Sometimes you get 3 blind mice at the table, but them mice weren't blind. Y'all wasn't blind. You feel me? But
Yeah.
I would have gave him 1 or 2 more rounds than what they gave him, just based off what I seen.
You talking about Canelo?
No, I would Bud.
Bud, okay, yeah.
For sure. I'd have gave Bud 1 or 2 more rounds than what they gave him.
No, absolutely.
But you got to give Canelo something. He got about 65,000 people in here to see him.
I feel like publicly everybody wants to say 8-4. But
publicly, yes.
I think publicly, but everybody like internally was like, nah, that was a 10-2 fight.
Yeah, for sure.
That was a 10-2 fight.
Yeah, all day.
That was a 10-2 fight.
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean, because my take on it, in the first round or the second round, Canelo, he's not a boxer in the center of the ring. Canelo got to be set to throw his punches, and he needs his opponent to be set right there for him to look like Canelo. So the fact that Bud kept shaking and moving all night frustrated him. He couldn't get his shots off. Right. And the only thing he could do was try to rush him a little bit. Yeah. And Terence was ready for him to rush in.
He shut
met
it
him
down
with some merry time. So then that made Canelo, damn, I can't rush this boy either. How the hell am I going to get in there? So it was just like, to me, man, it was a paintbrush of art, man.
You had a lot of people that were like, well, what about Canelo's pressure? Can Bud handle Canelo's pressure? And I'm thinking to myself, well, Canelo can apply pressure and he can swing big right hands to the body and stuff like that from the outside, but he's not shifty. Mm-hmm. And again, like just to the fundamental part of boxing, your pressure is only as good as you are, right? Okay. So if you're not a shifty guy, and you're in the ring with somebody shifty, right? Boom, boom. And you're a step behind, you lost that moment of pressure. For sure. The space that's created, it compounds tremendously when you're in the ring with a shifty guy. So I knew from that standpoint, the pressure essentially wouldn't be a problem. It was a matter of if Bud was willing to park on the ropes or park in the corners at any points. And there were a few moments where he did, and I knew that he would. But he fought a very disciplined fight.
He was disciplined all the way through.
And, I think there's a lot of people that think they understand discipline in the ring. You get a fighter like Crawford to narrate that whole fight and narrate his thoughts and stuff like that during a fight, and then you'll really be able to understand the kind of discipline he was initiating for someone who has done and could see how specific he was, and I was able to pick up on his rhythms and what he was going to do when he was going to do it. Yeah. That's what a thinker does, you know what I mean? And when you're not a thinker, Canelo Alvarez, you're predictable, you'll never pick up on the other side, True.
So then that leaves me, because you are familiar with both fighters. Did anything that they did, good or bad, surprise you? Like, I wasn't expecting that, or did Crawford show you something that was like, whoa, or did Canelo show something new that just
you going it's gonna sound like BS, but nothing in this fight surprised me whatsoever.
Yeah.
Not one thing. I remember it was the fifth round or the sixth round where Canelo really picked it up. I think it was the fifth round he really picked it up, or the sixth, and then Bud comes back the following round and really picks it up out the gate in that next round. And I was like, wow, like yeah.
They in there scrapping.
I knew that Canelo needed to have multiple rounds like that.
Right.
I knew that he wouldn't have the ability to have multiple rounds like that, and I knew if he had a round like that, Bud was gonna come right back.
Take it back.
I watched the fight with my wife. I like you asked my wife. Yeah. My wife was like, "Yeah, like you know."
Yeah. Bud did that.
Hey, what I noticed, and it ain't no shade to Bud, but he petty in that way, meaning like, oh, okay. Every fight, he's like, you know, he's like, okay, and he come back and he just be. I'm like, hey, I dig it though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's cool though. It ain't no, not in a negative sense.
It's something that he specializes in.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
I was at the U.S. the Junior Olympic it was the Junior Olympics that were here earlier this year. And I went up and sat with some of the fighters and the coaches and stuff like that, and they talking about fights, and we just big circle, we kicking it around, and they start talking about coaches and coaches that do this, coaches that do that, who the best coaches are, worst coaches are. I said, here real quick, I said, would you say the best fighter is a chameleon? a fighter that's capable of doing a lot of things in the ring. And what makes the fighter even better is when he's really good at a lot of different things. But a fighter that can basically transform. When you say that's the best fighter in the world, he said, yeah. I said, well, doesn't the coach have to be a chameleon too? Doesn't the coach have to be able to coach each fighter specific to who that fighter is and who that person is, and not just be, this is who I am, and if you can't fit in this mode, then I can't. The best coaches are chameleons as well. And so you got a great tandem down there, headed by Bomac, of course.
Bomac, what up, baby?
And a big ass chameleon. and then Terence, who is just simply a chameleon, willing to. If I feel like I lost that round, I'm coming back the next round. Sure. You may look at it as, hey, that's petty, and I know you're being funny with it. But on the other side, it's like, to be a chameleon, be able to switch up like that.
You got to be cold.
You
got to be cold.
Yeah. He wanted to cold.
My next question for you, Sean, is because I don't speak boxing. I know Wap don't speak boxing. There's a lot of fans out there that love boxing and don't speak boxing. So I need you to break something down for me that Canelo said without saying.
I hope I heard
it. Right? Because we don't speak boxing.
Right.
So it was the punch of the night for me. He threw that right hand and Bud slipped it and came back up with his. Ooh. And he cracked him and then he made him turn back around and look at him like, young man.
Yeah.
What did Canelo say in that moment? Because he hit him and then he's like, nigga. What did he say in that moment, man?
I got my business partner. He used to like to ask me this after a fight. He would ask me, when did you know you had him? I lost the fight with Errol Spence. He asked me, when did you know you had him? I said, there was a point in the fight where he threw a lazy jab. I slipped it. I came over it. I said, I caught it, and then I countered with the jab. I said, that's like the most basic thing you can do in boxing when you got a southpaw against an orthodox fighter. I said, he threw a jab, I caught his jab, and I countered his jab, and I caught him. And he said, shit. I said, that's when I knew I had him. Because he was acknowledging a punch that he wasn't supposed to get hit with, and he got caught with it. I said, that's what let me know that I was thinking ahead of him. And that's what let me know, like, I knew I was going to catch you with that punch. You should have known that the punch was coming.
Straight up.
That's what let me know. So that, to me, was the moment where Canelo truly realized, you're getting this.
You got me.
You got me.
You got me.
And you're right. Like, that's exactly what it was. It was that shit moment.
Yeah. That's how he looked at it. It was crazy, man. So even after all that, bro, I have to ask you, is Canelo done after this? Do you feel like he still got more to prove, or he done did everything a man can do in the sport and he should ride off? Even though I know Turkey ain't gonna let him go because he done gave him some bread. So you gonna fight a couple more times, Canelo. But do you think he should hang it up?
I said that this was perfect timing for both these guys. I just felt like, when you narrate this fight, how it was put together, you got what everybody saw was a welterweight coming up to super middleweight, and it didn't make sense. But what you got is a Terence Crawford who's ultimately the best fighter in the world. We know that now. Yeah, but at that point in time, there wasn't someone who had the kind of resume, who had the kind of accolades, who could also sell now for Canelo. There was no one else that could do the things that Bud has done at this point.
For sure.
For Canelo. Canelo did the Bivol thing, and Bivol, that was a pro-Canelo crowd. Yeah. But Bivol was willing to take that shot to go up to 175, and the list goes on. When it comes to a fight with Benavidez, while the world wants that fight, Benavidez, on paper, it seems, he doesn't command the kind of audience, he doesn't command the kind of money, he doesn't command the kind of energy and night that y'all just got over there at Allegiant Stadium.
True.
Same thing for Bud. There really is no one else for Bud after Errol Spence. There was no one that would create this energy that crosses over into the world, where we had people from the UK. There was Irish on the card the other night, but I don't think there was UK on the card the other night. But you got UK here because both these guys translates to the world.
For sure.
A fight that makes a whole lot of sense, and a fight that stylistically will be, oh my goodness, is a fight between Terence Crawford and Jerron Boots Ennis.
don't think I think
but-
that's going backwards for Terence.
To that point, Jerron doesn't have the kind of accolades.
Command.
He doesn't sell to the mass and all these. So this fight was perfect timing for both these guys. Should they want to run it back against one another? I don't know if that's gonna happen or not. I actually think the rematch will be interesting.
I think they can
To
sell
keep
it
it 100
They
with
could.
y'all.
They could sell
I think
it
they can
again.
sell it.
I
again.
think the rematch will be extremely interesting.
I agree.
Yeah, for sure.
Uh,
But I think it's gonna end up the same way, or Bud could stop him. now
I've
he
heard
had
that,
one
and
good
I'm
look
not
at him.
entirely sold on that.
I'm sold.
So, but that being said, to answer your question is, what do they do? If I had to guess which one of them continues on, I guess Canelo. Canelo seems like he's still out for something. Where I think Bud kind of got everything he needed in this one. I don't think he necessarily needed the money. I'm not gonna put his business out there, nothing like that. But to me, this was not a fight about money.
Right.
It wasn't a fight solely about money.
I agree.
This fight was about respect and
Yeah.
about the argument before this fight even was who's number one. Is it Inoue? Is it Terence?
Yeah.
Is it Bivol? I think he
Gotta
was
be Terence.
he was out to really just claim that number one spot.
spot.
I'm not sure what he does now, but I think Canelo continues on.
Continues on. Well, I seen something. I don't know if I seen it on social media or where I read it. Turkey out there throwing money like he had a strip club, baby. So I'm just saying, that's how Turkey get down. But I heard he was trying to throw some bread at Benavidez to make him come back down to 68.
I saw that.
So Terence could fight him at 68.
I saw that.
Now, do you think? Now, I did see Terence when they asked him about Benavidez. Terence was like, nah. Come on now, I ain't doing all that. Y'all tripping. But if he gets in a position where he got to lose that weight, and Terence is comfortable in camp again like he was this last time, I would love to see that fight. I'm just saying, as a fan, if I just whooped Canelo, and now I'm about to whoop the dude that everybody said Canelo was running from, I think that'll help sell that fight because Canelo was running, now Bud's facing him. But also it gives Bud the upper hand if you're going to make Benavidez come down to that weight class because now he got
I feel you on
Benavidez
that.
is
I
a
see
fat
what
boy
you're
at
saying.
heart. You feel me? We got to keep it real. He's a
said
fat
he just
boy
waited
at
to get
heart.
fat again.
Yeah. He's a fat boy at heart. You feel me? So he's going to have to get back in shape and get back down to 168. And that's going to be hard for him if he's comfortable. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But that's why Turkey throwing the bread. Like, come on, boy. Get on out of here. You
Yeah,
feel me?
so who's next for Crawford though?
That's what I
Who's
said.
really in line other than
Nobody? Because where do you go?
I would like to see Bud if he continues to fight. I would like to see him continue to fight at 160.
At 60?
Not sure who's there at 160. He had a thing with the Charlo twins with both of them, and I think that those fights still make sense for him
As
from
long
a
as he
standpoint.
fight him in the same night. You feel me? As long as he fight him in the same night.
Bud is never going to do anything he don't want to do.
For sure.
Crazy thing is, even if it's His Excellency, he's not going to do anything he don't want to do. It's just how he's made. And I got a feeling His Excellency would respect that from Bud where he wouldn't respect that from most people. So I don't know what Bud does because it's who do you fight? Jamal Charlo just had a good outing against Cornflake, kid from Jersey.
I didn't see
Before that, he fought the older Benavidez, Jose Benavidez. So they both have been really topsy-turvy with their careers. And I don't really know. So the other fight that was on the card was Mbili and Martinez.
Woo!
And
Slugfest.
man.
Martinez is in this camp. And Mbili that's just not a fight that just doesn't make sense. You know? So I don't know.
What do you... Okay, we said Boots, right? And see, this is the thing that I hate about the business, but I love it about the business because it keeps everybody safe at this point. But it's like you said, Boots ain't got this. He can't sell out stadiums. He ain't got that appeal. But if you know you that good, what does somebody like a Boots have to do to go out there to get the attention to fight a Terence Crawford? Because he's only telling them no because the money ain't there. And people use that to say, oh, he's scared. Nah, it's really a business. The money ain't there.
It's kind of like me and Floyd, or like Keith and Floyd. I don't know if Keith was told he wasn't going to get Floyd, and then he just, moved on. I was told you're never going to get in the ring with Floyd Mayweather. And so it was like, all right, while y'all keep waiting, and all that kind of stuff, I'm going to go ahead and do what I got to do. The thing I said about Boots at the beginning of this year, you got to stay busy. I said, I don't care what happens in the boxing world this year, as long as you're busy, because he's that good.
Yeah, Boots
people
is
are
nice.
always going to talk about you before they talk about everything else and after they talk about everything else. We don't have anything to talk about. We can talk about Boots. We can talk about a fight between Boots and Bud. I'm on record for saying that fight never happens. I still don't think it ever happens. But there should be something else that we could say about Boots outside of moving up to 154 pounds.
True.
You know, so he got to get busy. And we in September, we looking at one more fight this year from him.
Yeah.
And we should have got 3 fights from Boots this year.
Boots? Is it Boots' fault or is his representation?
You know, it's never the fighter's fault.
Fight.
It's never
the fighter
fighter's
wants
fault.
to fight. Yeah, for
It's
sure.
never the fighter's fault. It's, you know, but, you know, I think a lot of these handlers, did you call them?
Yeah.
I think a lot of these handlers, they get fixated on position.
Yeah.
They get fixated on how do I line up my guy to be successful. And sometimes it's like, while you're trying to line your guy up to be successful, make the most money that he wants to make, getting the name, there's so much that goes into it. Now you're making this you're making this trigonometry. And it's more so like math, it's just multiplication.
For sure.
This times this, and we gonna get to that. You know what I mean? Y'all, all these ins and outs, you know? So I don't know what the deal is with Boots, but kid's electric.
I love Boots. Boots can
Kid
fight
is
his
electric.
ass off. Oh, Boots is one of the coldest 47-pounders to be out there. The homie Marquise was the co-main event on Boots' show one time. You
Okay,
feel me?
out here.
No, I remember when you seen him fight, the very first time you seen him
Oh
fight.
yeah.
He
That
fought,
was a
Yo Elvis Gomez.
Yeah, that
He
was
the
a
co-main event on
Boots-
Boots' card.
Boots card,
But
yeah.
my next question for you, Sean, and this is a real cold one, because I was sitting there with my wife watching the fight, and she said out the blue, "Man, you know what? I want to see Floyd's fight against Canelo and Terence Crawford's fight against Canelo,
Yeah.
and I want to watch them back to back."
Yeah.
Right? So
She
I was
cold
like,
for that.
man. And so we did it. It was art both times, right? So I know both fights by heart. I done watched Terence at least twice. I done seen Floyd against Canelo's at least 50 times, right? So what do you take from
Bruh,
both
I watched
of
a
them?
fight one time, and
Nah,
then
I'm a
after
fan.
that,
I'm a fan.
I'm
bro.
like, I would have been watching you watch the fight. I would have been.
Can I tell you something? I watched you whoop Paul Malignaggi at least 10 times.
That's crazy.
I
My
had
mama
to.
would call me like, I'm watching your fight.
I
I'm
had
like,
to.
Mama, turn it off.
Nah, bro. When it's artwork there, you appreciate the art.
She do it.
Like the way you manhandled Paulie. Paulie, what up? You was the man, baby, but it was just Sean's time. You feel me?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the way you did your thing, bro, I had to rewatch that. You knocked that boy out the ring, bro.
Yeah.
He was breathing. Like,
Listen, only thing 50 times do to me is just validate everything you about to say. So go ahead.
and you did that. That's all I'm saying.
exhausted for him.
Right.
Nah.
right,
50
right.
times.
50 times.
What's
bro.
50 times? That's like 600.
Because what's the art?
Hey, you watch that fight? That's 600 rounds.
600
Wow,
rounds.
yeah, that's real.
So when I gotta argue with somebody who's a Canelo
You own
fan,
it.
I got all my facts straight.
Yeah.
You can't tell me nothing. I seen the fight way more than you. You feel me? But I think Floyd's fight, I'm gonna give it, was a little better because he was more defensively sound. And what I seen the difference between Terence and Floyd, Terence don't care about putting himself in harm's way. He believes in his chin and his ability. Floyd's so smart, he won't put himself in harm's way. He'll jab you just to make you do something because he knows he's gonna get out of harm's way when you do it and tag you. Like,
You know what I think though? I like to hear your perspective on this, but I feel like a lot of people don't true art of boxing doesn't translate to a lot of people. So when you see the great defense, you see the movement and stuff like that, people don't really understand it. To me, Bud versus Canelo had enough offense
yes.
along with the art to make it like, you know what I mean? Like it was really a thing of beauty. And I'm saying
It was.
Floyd was a thing of beauty, but
Yes.
the fight with Bud and Canelo, the entirety of the
agree.
fight was a beauty. That makes sense.
I agree with you.
100%.
I'm
100%.
I'm the same way. Like I haven't went back and watched that fight, but from my memory and comparing it to this Crawford fight, and it ain't no shade taking nothing from Floyd. I think it was executed in a better way. I agree. It was a more
offensively.
elegant fight in that sense.
Offensive, but see, that's how Bud gets down, though.
was
Bud
smooth,
is a
yeah.
killer. If there's doubt, he's gonna silence the doubt.
yeah.
So I knew Bud. That's why I knew Bud was gonna beat him.
Yeah.
You feel me? But I love both fights, but just the defensive masterpiece. Floyd
Different styles,
went out there.
though.
Like, to me, the art is to hit and not get hit. It ain't. Hit
Floyd
me,
mastered
let me
that.
see if I can take it, homie.
Floyd mastered that. He hate getting
That's
hit.
that's the art of it.
Yeah.
When they first go in the gym, tell me if I'm wrong, Sean. Move your head. That's the first thing they hitting.
Keep your hands up. That's the first thing. Get your damn hands up.
Get your head moving.
What are you doing? Like the defense come a little bit later, but the first thing you gotta keep them.
Yeah, protect
You getting
yourself.
hit? Get your hands up.
Protect yourself at all times.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
Now, my
Then when you get to my levels, you see the punch coming.
Right.
Move your head. What you doing? You don't see the punch coming.
Now, I got to ask you this question, Sean, because you said it on the last interview. Make sure y'all watch it, baby, and make sure you like and subscribe to the Front Page Podcast. We tried to compare Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford if they got in the ring, right? And you was breaking it down, and the short is doing real good on YouTube. It's probably almost 1,000 comments of people saying, nah, Floyd would, Bud would, Floyd would, Bud would. But now that we seen Bud take on the task that Floyd did, can we go back to that question now?
How was Floyd when they had that fight though?
Floyd was 36.
Oh, he was 36.
He was 36 when he fought Canelo.
Because Bud, I believe, is 37 for like another week or so.
Yeah. He was 35 or 36 years old when he fought Canelo. So after seeing Bud do the job so convincingly, and we seen Floyd do the job so convincingly, now can we go back to if these two would have gotten in the ring?
I still don't want to do it.
No?
I don't blame you.
It's like, it's crazy. It's like it's just, they're two different flavors.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like it's really like the difference between picking up Pepsi and picking up a wild cherry Pepsi. It's like they both hitting, they both taste good.
Yeah.
That one is just a little bit different, but it's just as good as that one. It's like you can't really.
I mean, gun to your head. I got
And
the
on
pistol
top
to
of
your
that-
head now. You got the.
I'm personally going with Bud because I know that Bud has the ability to do a lot of different things in the ring.
For sure.
I'm going with Bud because I also know something that he would be looking at probably for the first time in his career ever is he would be looking at somebody, he'd be looking at himself in the ring. You know? Respectfully to Boots, but the thing with Boots and Bud is Boots, I don't think, has experienced a fight not going his way and having to truly make adjustments, buckle down, and all these other sorts of things that you just kind of grow into.
True.
In my personal opinion, with Boots, and I just think that Boots isn't quite mature enough. But I think Floyd and Bud are both
Probably end up in a draw.
man. And they both, you know, I know that Floyd used to be crazy lethal.
Yeah.
But he's not as lethal at 36, 37.
Yeah,
as
Money
he
May
was,
wasn't
you know
lethal.
what I mean?
Pretty Boy was lethal.
And Bud gonna be lethal. You know, I talked to Bud. I'm like, Bud, do you see yourself ever not being like this? And he said, yeah. I said, Bud, you ain't gonna never not be this crazy competitive guy who's willing to just get off the couch and go do anything at any point in time just because somebody said you couldn't do it. That's just who he is, you know? So, I don't know. I can't compare it.
Well, Canelo compared it. Canelo had an opinion.
Canelo says the Bud was
Canelo,
better.
Yeah,
He did say
Yeah,
Bud
he
was
did.
better.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is? Because he was more offensive, or he was just trying to one up Floyd since he had the spotlight at the moment?
More lethal.
I got an opinion.
That's all.
I think Canelo fighting Floyd. I think Bud stops your flow. So Bud stopped his flow, Canelo's flow. I think with Floyd, you're trying to get on. He's controlling the flow, and you can't really. It sounds counter backwards, but
No. I hear exactly what you're saying.
Canelo got a rhythm. Crawford stopped it. Floyd got a rhythm. You trying to
Get Floyd off his rhythm.
trying to get him off it, and I think that's the difference. Floyd just has a rhythm that's hard to stop, right? That's hard to figure out. Crawford has the ability to stop your rhythm.
Turn your music
right on off. Yeah.
Turn your shit
That's
off.
yeah.
The way I see it, and this is no disrespect to Canelo, but when you're a puppy fighting a dog, what do the puppy do? The puppy just keep going, and the puppy just keep going. The puppy don't know no better, right? And so Canelo had to fight against that the entire fight. I'm sorry, Floyd had to fight against that the entire fight.
Yeah.
I punched you in your mouth. I step around. But then here you come again, punch you in your mouth, step around.
Here you come again.
I'm letting you know you're too young, you're too little, you're not ready for this, but you just don't know better. So, what does Canelo do? Canelo grows, matures, becomes a dog of his own.
Yeah.
And now he's a dog, feeling like I'm the guy that punches people in the mouth. And now as a grown-ass man, I done came up against somebody and they made me digress
Punched your ass
into
in the
being
mouth
this
again.
this made me younger than I've been in a very long time. And I think that's why I think Canelo recognizes that. Well, Floyd did it to me when I was young, and I was able to continue to keep going. But at this older age, and I'm mature, and I'm who I'm supposed to be now.
Broke me down.
And he forced me to. I couldn't.
Yeah.
Well, that makes him better because I'm more mature now, and he did it to me. He did to me with this young. I was young then. There's no excuse. There was excuses. There's no excuses now.
No, right. What? Yeah.
And I think that's the mentality, that's the mathematics that Canelo has done, which is giving him the understanding that Bud is better than Floyd, which ain't a bad argument.
No, it's not a bad argument, man. But
I just had the argument with my damn self.
I gotta take Floyd, man. I just, it's like I said on the last episode. There's an OG you just can't figure out. Man.
Yeah.
It's just, and I think Floyd is just defensively, man. If you can't hit him, he can hit you when he wants.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but Bud is a killer, and he's gonna find you because that's what he do, though, too. So, I can't flip a coin. I still gotta go with Floyd. Defense wins championships.
I'm gonna call it a draw.
You gonna call it?
I'm gonna call it a draw.
Nah, Floyd don't get down like that. He
If,
don't get down. Floyd don't get down.
It ain't no draw.
Ain't no draws, man. He winning that
I
decision.
don't know.
Did your Chiefs defense win you any championships?
They did, but just not this last one. But they did.
No,
though.
I'm saying no. That's a real question.
they did, though,
It ain't
yeah.
Patrick Mahomes outscoring the opposition.
Defense, yeah.
It's the defense making it happen.
Yeah, defense made some plays for us to win.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Defense win championships,
He got Patrick
baby.
Mahomes over there.
Yeah,
though.
the best quarterback we all ever seen. You know what I'm saying? I can say that. But let's go to a lighter note, man. We done recapped the fight. Everybody knew we picked Bud. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you like and subscribe, baby.
Did
to our
anything
page
happen that
podcast.
y'all didn't expect? My fault.
No.
Yes, I honestly believe Crawford was gonna sit Canelo down. I thought
he could have stopped him,
I
too.
thought he was gonna sit him down. I thought he was gonna knock him down at least once.
If it was a 15-round fight, he might have got him. Because
Yeah,
Canelo was getting
Tired. Yeah,
and Bud
that
was ready to
surprised
go.
me.
This is the interesting thing about this now at this point, then I'm done with it. But
For sure.
the realization that there could possibly be a rematch in
I
the
love
future,
it.
I'm like, I should probably shut my mouth about some of the shit that I know, because,
Because you said everything on the last episode. And they
no, I'm
still
saying
couldn't
like
get
there's
it.
Yeah,
certain
they still
things
couldn't.
that I've
Yeah,
been
you
told that happened on fight night, or lack thereof, and I'm like, I probably should just keep my mouth shut, and not say no more. So
yeah.
I'm done
Yeah.
with the
Done?
Canelo Crawford
let's-
conversation.
Okay, well, we going to move on. You know what I'm saying? Right before we get out of here, man, I do want to add, because we went to the homie's event that he had the very next day at the Luxor, at the arena in there, bro. And it was a great event, man. I got to meet James Toney for the first time. I got to meet Marco Antonio Barrera for the first time. And that was great for me as a boxing fan, man. But to bring all them people, bro, and have them on stage with you, man, as you recap the fight and going over, it was just a great moment. But just how was you feeling in that moment, man, to be able to do that for the boxing fans?
My thing, shout out to Steve Harvey, shout out to Arsenio Hall, shout out to the Levert family. I feel like there's a few more from the Cleveland area where I'm from, specifically Arsenio and Steve Harvey. These guys have gone from comedy to the film to being able to host some of the biggest shows that could ever have been watched. And I'm like, those are the footsteps that I'm following in. And if at some point because I have visualized myself being in some of those arenas that they've been in, and my thing is, get ready for it. I know what God has coming for me, so I do know that I don't believe that it's going to be exactly what those guys have done. However, because I do have my own podcast and I am a host in that respect, I look at every opportunity I have when there's a live audience for me to be as sharp as I can be and be as like Steve Harvey and as like Arsenio Hall as I can be. And when that was over, I'm telling y'all how I operate. It's over. I'm talking to y'all, but I'm just running through the paces of how it all went, and I really do. I feel like I'm getting better.
Yeah. Man, you did your thing, bro.
Yeah, definitely don't feel like I'm there, but I feel like I'm getting better. And shout out to the whole production, because I told them, I said, listen, don't worry about announcing anybody. Don't worry about who's ready to go. I said, we're going to do this thing on the fly. I kept my phone next to me. This thing was at 1%. I don't know how it stayed at 1% for,
the iPhone
for a good 45 minutes while I'm like telling my producer, all right, this is who's coming next. That's who's coming next. And I felt like it just seamlessly was smooth. Some people a little more long-winded than expected, but overall I thought it was a great event. And I'm looking forward to doing it again.
Man, that was my next question. Is that something you doing weekly, monthly at the Luxor now, or was that a one-off? Or
we are at the HyperX Arena inside the Luxor indefinitely.
Okay.
We do have another studio that we were frequenting at, and I called him yesterday. I need to call him back. But we're in the process of trying to nail in something official there so that we can be there when big fights come to the town, when big moments happen in the town. I would like to be able to knock on the door and it be available to me. So we'll see.
Absolutely.
It has to make money, and the money makes sense. If it don't make money, it don't make sense. But we'll see what happens.
Man, anything the front page could do to help out the Port Away
Yes, sir.
podcast, baby.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let us know,
All you got
man.
to do is holler, man.
Yeah. Before we get up out of here,
For sure.
Yeah.
the front page podcast, definitely kudos to y'all.
Sure.
I had an opportunity to see a lot of what was being done, because I told you personally I'm gonna make sure this all get done. So I had the opportunity to see it, man. Everything looks great.
Thank you, bro.
I know the episode that you sent to me, you had a high school quarterback come in here, right?
Yeah.
What else are y'all? What else is the front page podcast about?
I mean, the front page, man, it pretty much it explains itself. Anything that's front page worthy goes on the front page. Like, we built it. Yes, we're in the podcast for sure, but this just ain't in the hip hop algorithm. This just ain't in the sports algorithm. This just isn't in the entrepreneurship or how to get money algorithm. It's on the front page of everything. And that's how we building it. So whether it's the Port Away podcast, the biggest podcast in the state, it's on the front page. You know what I'm saying? He doing it at the Luxor. Let's talk. It's on the front page. They opening up a new strip club. It's on the front page. Let's talk to the owner. It's just
and just to add to that, you know, what the front page is about. We about community, so we trying to get people to see people. You understand what I'm saying? Listen to people of all walks, everybody. That's why we putting on the high school kids, because they need to be seen and have a platform. It's a platform, right?
It's a platform.
We got to use our platforms to help one another, and so that's really what it's about as well.
There it
You know,
is.
anything worth talking
the front
about,
page.
go on the front page.
Yeah.
we had the homie right here, Alki Water. It's our sponsor,
That's
baby.
our
Shouts out to
sponsor.
Mr. Alki.
Day, thank you,
We
brother.
appreciate
we
you,
appreciate
baby.
you, man.
Like him, he started his business, man, from the ground up. And he got, there you go.
This Day's water.
This Day's water.
Yeah, that's
You
that.
feel me?
That's what's happening.
Look at
That's
look at
what's
the logo. Don't it look so good? Don't you agree?
Yeah, let me
You know
see
what I'm
what's
saying?
dope
Look, and
about
you
it.
see that
Yeah.
barcode on the back with that QR code.
Yeah, got
you
you.
scan that. They tell you how to get help for mental health, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
that's
what
love.
it's all about.
That's all
Mental
about.
health. That's his message.
Yeah.
Water with a message.
Water with a
Alki,
message.
Always love and know yourself.
Heal to
H2O,
overcome.
Heal to overcome.
Boom, boom.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of.
Dig it.
Yeah,
Dig
for
it.
sure.
Dig
There's
it.
a whole bunch
I'm
of stuff
endorsing
in there,
that one.
man. That's the,
For
yeah,
sure.
man.
For sure.
Day, you heard that?
You heard it.
We might can get your water on the Port Away podcast,
front
baby.
page. You heard
know
it
what
on
I'm
the
saying?
front page,
On the
man.
front page
You're
for the
gonna be
Port Away.
you're gonna be
For
in
the Port
line,
Away.
but you know.
Yeah, Hey, it's
Got
all
a couple
good.
other water sponsors that I'm dealing with
Yeah,
right
for
now.
sure.
No,
But
man,
but
this
that's
is smooth.
cool though.
No, yeah, for sure.
Yep, 100.
But
Yep.
man, thank you, man, for gracing us, and thank you for asking us that too, man,
Oh,
because
yeah,
that's
for sure.
really what we thrive for: community, anything front page based, giving people a platform to do what they
Knowledge.
do, acknowledge their business, promote their business.
Can we talk some football? That's I asked that question because
Yeah, can we talk?
You got a minute?
This decoration. This is decoration.
Yeah,
we gonna
yeah.
get you some.
We gonna
get you
some.
some. Day, he tried to take the decorations. We ain't gonna let him take the
Yeah.
decorations, man. We ain't gonna let him do it. But yeah, we can talk.
Let's talk some football, man.
Come on.
Listen, the Chiefs
I
start-
still owe you. Can we say I still owe you?
Yeah.
Even though you ain't a betting
Yeah,
man, you told me
yeah,
I
yeah.
had to take your family.
Yeah, let's
So
we
I
gonna
ain't
figure it out.
forgot.
We're going to figure it out.
Yeah, Taco Bell. You said you didn't care.
I mean,
it didn't have to be expensive.
I mean, my
could
kids
pull up
do
the
like
clip.
Taco Bell.
I'll pull up the clip.
Yeah. Listen,
go ahead.
it's the Browns starting 0-2. I'm not happy about it, of course. Cleveland's not happy about it. I'm really not sure how the organization feels about it right now. I know the first one we ended up losing by 1 point. The Ravens, I think it was 48 points by the Ravens. It's kind of the Ravens, kind of is what it is. I feel like in a lot of ways, this is their season. I think in a lot of ways it has to be their season. But then I saw that, and I wasn't really trying to poke at you, and I'm definitely not trying to poke at you right now.
I'm here to be poked.
But you see the
Pause.
Chiefs.
I got to pause. I felt like I had to
See the
pause.
Chiefs started at 0-2, and I just saw Chiefs, and I thought of you. So
I mean, first of all, even the garbage can.
what does the 0-2 look like? You know what I mean?
It looks like
They shared a record with the Raiders.
it looks like there's 2 weeks in the season.
That's my boy.
Yeah.
We went 0-2.
Yeah.
The first game we lost to the Chargers defensively. We looked horrible.
Yeah.
The second game we lost to the
And y'all went
Eagles.
down to Brazil for that, right?
We went to Brazil.
So
We had to. There's a lot of Mahomes jerseys.
What was
sales
the
out
score?
there. 27-21.
It
was a defensive miscue, a few of them. And then when we lost to the Eagles, that damn tush push, they're going to outlaw that shit. Outlaw the tush push. Because I seen it. This is my first time seeing it. And Roger Goodell need to sue all you bastards, okay? I'm just saying. This is the first time I've seen 3 offensive linemen get to move before the ball is snapped. Like, how is that fair?
Yeah, I don't know.
You ain't looked hard enough. Okay, I gotta show you.
Yeah.
3
They
offense-
moving, and then the ball go out.
They move,
No.
and then the ball go. I'm telling you, I'll pull up the clip. Everybody want to have brain damage when I speak truth about the Chiefs.
we gotta see
Don't
that.
nobody want to
We gotta
believe me.
see
I'm
that.
why you think it's so
It's
effective?
everybody. It ain't
Well, now,
just-
if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. I get it. Everybody does what they got to do. You feel me? But damn, a false start every tush push? This is how y'all doing this? And it goes so smooth,
That's like
nobody sees it.
It's
rules
the
have
step
changed.
that came after the Euro step.
No.
The Euro was enough, and
Bruh.
then now it's some steps. It's like
Bruh, they use the same camera to show you the false start as they used to show you the first down mark with the ball.
Show-
They was
so
zoomed
they
in,
own it now.
sideline. Yes.
So they own it
about
now.
to ban. They tried to ban it one time, and everybody was, no, that's a legal play. But nah, baby, y'all did a little too much when y'all played the Chiefs, and now we banning that shit. You false starters. You never be nothing anyway. Pat Mahomes'
That's an
ground
Andy
is all
Reid
y'all
move, huh?
see.
that's an Andy Reid move, right?
Nah, that's the purest. We got to keep the sport clean, baby.
Yeah, Andy Reid's like, get a camera.
You feel me?
Right there.
Like
on
Floyd
that
told
line.
Pacquiao.
We'll
take
let
the
it go
test.
on this one. Yeah, we'll
Take
let
the
it go on
test.
this one.
Yeah.
But the next one.
Next one.
No, we on your act.
Bro, I'm gonna show you.
gotta
False
see
start.
it.
3 of them go, and they got it timed so beautifully, bro. It happens so good in fast motion, you'll never catch it. Because normally when they show you replays, they show you from behind the defense, and then they show them from behind the offense how they tush push. This is the first time they showed it in slow motion. Where you line up, where he's looking at the ball, you're looking at the line of scrimmage, you see both lines. It's zoomed in on the ball.
Yeah.
3 linemen move every time before the ball is snapped.
I gotta go back.
So beyond the push to the tush push.
Yeah, I ain't mean to-
what's next?
We going
though?
back to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Pat Mahomes,
Who y'all got this week?
we got the Giants. We both 0-2. We should knock the dust off. I
Yeah.
mean, beating them don't do nothing for me, no way.
Oh.
But it's always the people who's never won nothing, Sean, that gets hype after 2 weeks. And I don't like that. It's a long season. It's
Talking to-
18 weeks in the season.
Are you talking about me?
I'm talking about people in general who get hype after 2
I thought you was
weeks.
gonna say, I'm talking about people like you.
Well, you are a Browns fan,
Yeah.
so you know nothing of this caliber of winning other than the boxing ring.
Yeah, I mean, I know winning.
That's why they be.
Yeah.
Other
they
than-
be
but
I
the
don't need the
Browns.
Browns to win in order for me to
No,
know.
you know winning,
You
but just
know?
when it comes
Yeah.
to the Browns,
Yeah.
you know, you'll never be able
It
to
ain't no
celebrate
different.
there.
It ain't no
You'll never be able
different.
to celebrate there.
No, I know how to celebrate.
Not with the
Yeah,
Browns. though.
yes, I do.
Nah.
Yeah.
They haven't had a winning
We
season.
celebrate when we lose, big dog. It is
I
what it
guess
is.
Yeah, you got to.
You
I
know?
guess you got to celebrate something.
Yeah, you gotta come to Cleveland.
You gotta come to
Understand that one.
Cleveland.
yeah, that's a Cleveland thing.
But let me ask you this: as a Brown fan, are you wanting Shador off the bench right now?
I'm not. I'm taking this one from an intellectual perspective. We just know what happens when when you put them in too soon. The quarterbacks. When you put the quarterbacks in too soon, we just know. It could be a situation where he's able to really hone in on all of it because his dad has really truly got him ready for the NFL, and we may not know until that happens. But when you got what's our quarterback's name?
Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco. When you got Joe
He's
Flacco,
a good vet.
we got Joe
He's a good
Flacco
vet.
quarterback, and I think we're gonna ride him till the wheels fall off. And I think right now it's
His
kind of
wheels
the
gonna
time
fall off. He's getting old.
Yeah, there's something that doesn't happen in the NFL that I actually would like to see. Pull him off the bench for a possession. Pull him off the bench for a play or two. To me, that's a true acclamation to NFL speed without having to deal with it all at once.
For sure.
And having the team on your back. You got the team on your back for a possession. You got the team on your back for a couple of reps. I think that's how you kind of integrate.
I agree.
A better way to integrate a quarterback into the NFL. Okay. Running backs, we do our thing. I said we like I'm.
You still in.
You
once a running back,
when we say Chiefs,
when that your position.
Cornerbacks and safeties, they got different reads. It happens a little bit faster, but it's more so like the college gets you ready for that. I think the quarterbacking position is just simply just different.
Yeah.
Checkoffs for the receivers, you may F that up here and there, but as you learn the process, but nothing's like quarterback in the NFL. So.
For sure. Well, before we get on out of here, man, you got anything to say about the Raiders since we on football right now?
Nah, man, we just gonna watch them do it and see what they do. I still think they're gonna 12-6. They're gonna pull it out.
You like Pete Carroll?
He said 12-6.
That's
right.
Yeah, 12-6. I said it the last time, and everybody.
12 games.
Man, listen. Why not?
Games.
It can happen
With a Raider.
It can happen.
So it's 18 games
Carroll,
season?
Yeah.
Was it 18 games last year?
They took away a preseason game and added on a game to the regular season.
That was last year too?
Yeah.
So 2 years ago, 3
three
years ago it was
preseason
17 game.
Yes.
Okay. Damn.
Now it's 18 games.
Damn.
Carroll, I'm gonna just leave it at that. He did some things when he was with what was he with the Seahawks?
Yeah. The Seahawks.
He's in the wrong division,
USC.
but he's in the wrong division, baby.
Yeah, I don't really know.
He's in the.
I don't know
people
yet.
say AFC West is the
know.
best division because of the coaches. Nah, them old bums ain't doing nothing current. It's
I
just
wouldn't have
Andy
chosen.
Reid, baby.
I wouldn't if I had that wouldn't have been who I would have said. Yeah, that's a great coach for the Raiders.
Yeah.
But
I
can't say who, but.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Like I said, this is the Front Page
not him.
Podcast, man. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. I'm one of your hosts, Mr. One Gotta Go Show.
And I'm the other half, Mr. J Fowl.
And we got the third in here.
The third
Porter
host,
Way
the
Podcast.
Porter Way.
The host of the Porter Way Podcast.
Showtime.
Sean Porter. Make sure y'all subscribe and like his channel as well,
sir.
man, as he continue to give y'all the raw truth on boxing, the raw truth on life. Period, man. That's a good brother, man. We appreciate you, Sean. Thank you for coming down to the Front Page, man. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. And remember, anything that's cracking, it's always on the front page, baby.
Yeah.
Peace.